Butterfly, I think you were going to say something?
No.
No? Okay. Anyone else have thoughts on the online space? Okay, so one of the last questions I have for you all is, what are your hopes for what you'd like to see come out of this study?
I hope that it reaches a lot of people, not just survivors, but people who want to know more about and understand. Not just ladies, but there are men, and there are men too that are survivors.
Okay, so reaching a lot of people.
Yes.
My hope is that it can begin a conversation with other people that aren't overcomers, because for me it's if someone was talking about it sooner, maybe I would have gotten help sooner.
Mm. Another way we can think about this question is, thoughts on how we should, after we talk to a bunch of people and we collect all this information, what should we do with that information?
Pass them out to homeless shelters.
Okay.
What is they flyers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, churches, for all sorts, even in the upscale areas, because it's in the upscale areas as well.
Okay. So using it for outreach purposes?
Yes.
Yes.
How do you think that, in terms of you and your community specifically, how do you think a study like this could help, or how would you like to see it help?
I even would use it in the high schools, the middle schools, because those are what the traffickers are targeting, are the young girls now, and let them see this is not a game. This is not a joke. This is for real,
So prevention.
Prevention, yes.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else have thoughts on how this could be, a study like this could be used to help your community?
I think the study can help in my community. A lot of the programs become stronger and more helpful towards survivors.
Okay, so it's just improving services and programs for survivors.
Yes.
Great. Anyone have anything else to share? I want to make sure everyone gets a chance to speak. All right, well, that is actually all we had for today. So we finished early, unless anyone has anything else they want to share. Another thing is you can always email us. If something comes up later that you're like, oh man, I wish I said this thing, you can email us. I'll send you my email. And then, sorry, is there anything else I'm forgetting to add?
The closing questions at the end might be interesting to end up.
Oh, right. I missed the page. I was like, how did we finish so early? Sorry, guys. We're not done. All right. So these are just a few. This is not as much discussion based, but a few closing questions. So what is the best or most impressive thing that you know about people or communities that have experienced trafficking that you want to make sure that we know about?
that you can overcome, and you can go from surviving to thriving. You can have a healthy life after the life.
Mm-hmm.
You're not defeated, and your past doesn't define who you are.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else? So one thing I would say that I always, try to push is that the skills that so many survivors, myself and others I know have in terms of, we're problem solvers, right? Great problem solvers and people skills. A lot of us have excellent people skills because we had to learn how to read people. And the ability to, operate under very high pressure, types of situations. All of those are skills I think that are overlooked often or not recognized, but really are huge strengths that we bring to the table, and can transfer to other parts of our lives.
I just want to add, I usually always say, I know I haven't said anything. So to those that I have not seen, hello, my name is Latoya Gick. So I often tell the young ladies I work with, other females, I say, the young girls, I say, there is life after the life. Like that's my slogan in my conversation pieces with them. Like, because when you're in it, you don't feel like you can see your way out. Like you don't see like the end of the tunnel. You like, I'm gonna do this forever. All right. And you don't see the end. You like, cause I'm trying to stack to this. Right. And that's all you see is the stacking. Like you don't see anything else. Sometimes you just see the money. Right. And so I often tell them like, there's life after the life. Right now, you just don't see it because you in your bag, but one day you're going to come to me. Like, right. One day you're going to call me. One day I'm going to run into you. One day you're going to come into my office. Right. And we're going to have that talk about how can I change? Right. Or what does it look like to do something different? Right.
And feel good about yourself and feel good about the way you're making money now. Like, it's, because I remember like 11 years ago, you couldn't tell me I would be here right now. I did not think I would be living, so you're right. Like, that's what I say too. There's life after the life.
So if no one else has anything to share in terms of that, I did want to make sure everyone, go ahead. Butterfly, did you want to say something?
No.
Okay. So we talked about confidentiality and anonymity. And so again, nothing that you've shared will be linked to your identity at all. But we also want to make sure that any overcomer or survivor who participates in this study has the opportunity to be recognized by names, should that be helpful to them. So this actually came up in our some of the other groups and conversations we've had where people were like, we want our name on the reports. That's going to help my consulting career. That's going to, I want recognition for the contributions I'm making to this study. So, that will be an option for anyone who does want to be named as a contributing person to the report. And so if you're interested in something like that, you're welcome to consent now or email us later. And we actually will be checking back with everyone before anything's published, just to make sure you haven't changed your mind. So does anyone have thoughts in terms of being recognized in any kind of final reports or products that come out of this?
I consent to be recognized. Yeah. So hopefully my business will be recognized. Like, buy my products. You're supporting a survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you could add my name.
Laura, I think just for the sake of like making sure that we're documenting, it would be great if you guys could just send us an email telling us.
Let me give my...
Or it could be the Lids email as well.
Okay, yes, that's better. So if you just email this. So, and you can email if you have additional thoughts or if you want to consent to having, to being recognized for the report. Kia, one thing I want to make sure I tell you and anyone else who might be interested in terms of, like marketing your business. Polaris has something called the Survivor Gallery, and basically it's a page on our website for survivors to put anything they want. There are some content guidelines, like you can't like have, explicit violence or pornography, but like pretty much it's a blank canvas for you. And so a lot of survivors do to, feature their businesses. And the idea is